Welcome back to the Asylum.
I'm Kane.
And I'm Deshaun.
And we are the Arkham inmates. And today we have another Diamonds in the Rough video. We are going to be doing, well, it's not even called Avatar. It's called The Last Airbender, which is the Avatar remake. It's not a remake, I guess live action. Yeah. The first live action Avatar made by M. Night Shyamalan. And this was abysmal. This was bad.
This was really bad.
This was not I mean, it wasn't even just the fans. Like, a lot of people just thought this movie was boring and just not good. And then the fans hated it. Yep. I remember watching it as a kid. I will stand by that it's entertaining to a certain degree. I mean, seeing fire scene, you know, like as a kid, I was like, ooh, but it doesn't live anywhere near the show.
I will say, even as a kid, I didn't like this really.
You didn't like it at all?
Because I was even as a kid, like, to give you a little example of how big a fan I was, like, money wasn't like a thing for us when we were kids because we were children. Yeah. I'd have to do I'd clean my grandma's house, like from top to bottom, her townhouse. She had 3 levels on her townhouse. I'd clean from top to bottom for $20, and she'd go buy me at Target the little book set for DVDs. Oh, really? So I have the book set on the DVDs from when I was a kid, and I'd watch the DVDs, and I remember this came out, and I finally was able to like watch it on something, a platform. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? I was still kind of like as a kid.
See, I don't remember if I saw it in theater or if I saw it in.
I saw it like on. I think what happened was I probably got it on Redbox. Yeah. And then
something like that.
But in my head, as a kid, I'm thinking, okay, this is cool, like you said, entertaining. Yeah. But something about the movie I didn't like. I was like, I don't really like.
Yeah, I don't remember liking it. I was just like, oh, this is cool. Like as a kid, you're like, ooh, like it visually was look good. Like I'll say, like visually, this movie holds up to a certain degree, but. Everything else it just fails on. Shyamalan, I don't know, I wouldn't blame fully on him. I know the producers, like, I know this whole movie got just shit canned over and over again, but they tried shoving, like, multiple seasons of information into a movie.
They changed too much of the lore. Yeah. Like, on how they were going about things. Yeah.
Like you were saying, they also changed, like, the whole thing, the Fire Nation can't make fire. Yeah. That they have to have these, like, barrels of fire next to them so that we can see a source. Like, they can't just make it, which is bullshit. And, I mean... The biggest meme of all is the 12 Earthbenders going, ha, ha, ah, and then a fucking pebble basically just goes forward. Like, it's, oh, man, like, I mean, there's really not much to say about this movie, but there are some tiny little nuggets of goodness that we are going to be covering today. Just Sean's got 2, I got 2. If you haven't already seen the Diamonds in the Rough series, go watch all of them. We got a good amount. We got about 4 or 5 on them. We do them every now and then. But let's get right into it. Alright, so we're gonna start off with my first clip from Last Airbender, or Avatar as we all know it. So this is my first clip, which is, you know, works. It's at the beginning of the movie. I think him rising out of the sphere, you know, them breaking him out of the sphere, I think it was good. I think they did a good job with it. I loved a lot of the sets here. I loved, like, the ice and just the look of everybody.
I love the actors that they chose were very good.
No, you don't. No, don't even.
I think it's a good cast.
Don't even. They whitewashed this cast.
No.
Yeah, don't even.
Dude, no they didn't. Come on. That's Jasper from Twilight, dude. They didn't whitewash anything. Yeah. So, for the Native Americans, they picked Mark Wahlberg's
the whitest people. I have no fucking clue. Maybe. I really don't know the people in this fucking movie. I barely remember this movie. But the beginning of this, I like. Now, this is like 2 minutes in. I totally forgot how fast they just start with opening Aang. But, or Ong, as they say it in this movie.
My name is Ong.
Yeah.
And I'm the Avatar.
So, release his hood. But, so this is basically them breaking him out of the giant orb where him and Appa are in. And I just like I think they killed it. I think it was really cool, him breaking out of the ice. I think it looked good for the time. So, let's get right into it. You think?
Why'd you do that already on top of it? Because you could fall in.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Also, I mean, I don't know how thick that ice would be, but ice doesn't crack that easy sometimes. That's why, you know, people use drill bits on it. See that? I think that looks good. That looks pretty cool. Slow. Right. Back away. slowly. Really?
Do not hit that sphere.
Goes to right her hitting the sphere. I like that, you know, the mass amounts of air in it.
Uncle, look!
I also think that Appa looks great in this movie. You know, I think they did a good job with that. I don't know if he's a giant puppet sometimes.
I hate the way Appa looks in this movie.
Are you serious?
His legs look fucking weird.
I think that looks great. Like him asleep in there with like Aang. Kind of get right to the point, but like it breaking out of the ice. I think the ice looks good. I think the CGI looks good. The sphere, and then it's showing him in the sphere with his eyes glowing. And then I really like when they come over top. I like how big Appa is, and then compared to Aang. I like that look of it. It looks very real. I think they used a puppet for or a big, you know, like I guess fake whatever. I guess a puppet would be the best word for it. But I think it looks really good on top. I know the legs you were talking about, like that could look weird, but I think the overall size of him, I think looks good. And I really like how it kind of sets up, like the Fire Nation are always they're always around. So it's like, oh shit, like they see the beam in the sky, they're like, okay, let's go check this shit out, you know? I do like the air shoving her back though, you know, that it's compressed for so long.
That was good.
But I just like the look of it. It was a good start.
And the sound effect was cool.
Yeah. It was a good start. But let's get on to my second diamond. All right, so we're going to get on to my second diamond in the rough for The Last Airbender, or Avatar as we know. But this one is when he's talking to Roku. This is when or I guess Roku's dragon, the essence of him, which is weird how they didn't just do another actor. But I mean, I guess it makes sense, like with the, the Fire Nation, the dragon, so I was like, all right. So he goes to the spirit realm, which they kind of just make it like just a foggy forest. Like it really isn't anything like the show. But he goes to the spirit realm while Zuko has him I think tied up or something. Yeah, Zuko has him tied up, and he goes to the spirit realm and he talks to Roku, and Roku's like, oh, tell me how to defeat the Fire Nation, and he's like, bruh, like you haven't even dealt with any of this stuff. You're still a kid. You're running around, just doing whatever you want, you got to take responsibility for the nations, because the whole movie, he's like, I want to have a family, I want to be a real kid, I want to have a family. It's like, dude, you do like the way that they kind of make it like a wispy, foggy forest he's running through, and I do like the look of the dragon. It's a, I don't know if it's Chinese dragon, but it's because there's different dragons.
Yeah, I think that is a
Chinese
Chinese
dragon.
It's
a more of a snake with a head with only legs and wings.
Yeah, it's a Chinese
but
dragon.
yeah, Chinese dragon. But I do like the telepathic connection, and it's very like dreamlike, So let's get right into it. That's what I'm saying, like the foggy, like the lights, like very dreamy. They do this a lot in dream movies. So yeah, I like that, how big his head is compared to him. He's like,
and he's supposed to meet Ko right here, the face stealer.
With the loss of your people and your responsibility for their deaths. As the Avatar, you are not meant to hurt others.
That's opinional.
Yeah. I do like how he's like, you need to let that shit go, dog. Like, you're ruining your own chances of winning. But I do like how the scale, how we can see how big he is.
Show them the power of water. Go. Do this now.
And then he flies away. I really like that.
That does look cool.
Yeah, the fogginess of it, then him coming back to Zuko.
But what's funny is he tells him, as the Avatar, you're not meant to hurt people. Motherfucker, towards the end of the series, he goes to Roku. He's like, Roku, I don't want to kill the Fire Lord. What do I do? He's like, fuck that. You gotta kill the Fire... Like, you know what I mean? Every single one of his past lives, like, kill that motherfucker. And then they're like, oh, you're not meant to hurt anyone. Like, sure, buddy.
Yeah. But I do like that the dragon's, like, telling him, like, you need to grow the fuck up. You need to, like... He's like, you're angry. You need to let all this go. Because this whole movie, you're like, I can't learn anything. This sucks. I'm gonna go be a kid. I can't do anything. This sucks. I'm gonna run away. Even in the beginning, I can't do this. I'm gonna run away. Like, that's the whole movie. And, like, he doesn't really learn anything, but then it takes this big fucking dragon to be like, yo, grow the fuck up. Like, you gotta do this. And then...
Think, Mark!
Yeah, Mark, think! It's just... But I really like...
Mark, what are you doing?
Like...
They're tearing you apart!
I know that they were supposed to do Roku himself, but I really like the dragon
particular scene.
I think it works. Shyamalan was probably just like, I guess just do it. Just get this fucking movie out. But I really just like the mistiness. I just kind of like how it's this dreamscape type thing, and then he's able to talk to a dragon. As a kid, it was like, oh, it was so cool. You know, it's just one of those things. But that's enough for me for my 2 diamonds. We're gonna move on to Deshaun's diamonds. All right, so we are gonna get into Deshaun's diamonds for The Last Airbender.
For my first one, I chose them arriving in the Northern Water Tribe. I really enjoyed the set of like the look
ice,
of it, the ice,
the
builds,
and the sculptures,
and I do like when they pull up the water bending of them closing. I liked it a lot in the show. I thought it's very creative on how they live, and I think they captured that pretty well in the movie.
With like the water door going up as they close it, and just the overall look. I feel like the set designs in this movie were actually really, really good, and they got a lot of the spirit of the show in it. Yeah, but let's get right into that. Yeah, that's so dope. And it freezing from the bottom, too. Going all the way up. Really, really cool. Momo looks good, too. Now, I don't remember the show, but is it like 13 fucking people to do that?
No.
Yeah, no, like...
Take like 3. 2.
Also, the designs in the puddles, like the water designs for them to grab. When they like come in for like the water itself, like the CGI with it, even at the beginning of the movie where she's practicing, like I feel like the water simulations back then were pretty good for the times. I like how it has the weight to it when it's bubbling up, especially at the end of the movie when it does this tsunami. But like, I love how everything's just really blue, really cold. Like it feels cold there, you know. Like it's just a movie set, but it feels like the Arctic. It feels like it's freezing. Everyone's like bright blue eyed, the white hair. It just really goes well with the set designs. I really like it. But let's move on to Deshaun's second diamond. All right, so we're gonna get into Deshaun's second and final diamond for Avatar: The Last Airbender.
So for mine, I chose the waterfall scene. Or the tsunami.
The big tsunami,
the wave.
Water.
I enjoyed also the look of it. They do it in the show, but he's possessed and he turns into a big fish and he fucking does it. I don't like the way they, cut that out, but I do just enjoy. I thought like this scene was cool. I like his way he's moving. I think he's doing way too much. Like,
You gotta I think in this movie the whole thing is that it was like 90% choreography and the motion, and then 10% power.
Because the way you're supposed to do it is more like Tai Chi.
It's instantaneous, right?
Yeah,
like
so
it moves with you.
Water's based because when the creators made this, they used like real kung fu stuff. Well, not kung fu, but martial arts styles.
Tai Chi.
So Tai Chi was for water, like, is what it was mainly for. Well, it was just Tai Chi because Kwan Tai Do is different.
Taekwondo.
It's just so Tai Chi's just like
it's the moving of energy.
You'll see motherfuckers do in the park.
It's the moving of energy. That's what it is.
Yeah, so that's
the water tribe.
What they did for this. Yeah. And if you look at him, he's fucking doing like flips and shit, like doing this.
He's doing his legs up. And
to go up. It's like no, like when waterbenders go up, even in the beginning of the show, when they go water, he goes, and then he spins. And then goes like this, and it shifts it. So if he was just gonna make a big wave, he would be more like this, and that's all he'd do. Even at the end of the show,
I also feel like
when he puts out the fires, he goes like this, and then he brings it back down.
I also feel like in a lot of other like superhero stuff or things that are magical or anything like that, anytime someone like makes something big, like even like you've seen The Mummy. Yeah, like when he does tsunami, like it's literally just like you feel the weight of it's like you're just pulling something up. Yeah. It's not like 6,000 moves. Yeah. And that even goes back to the meme of the Earth where they're like trying to get where they're moving the pedal like
get that man off the fucking stage.
Yeah. But like anytime, like even when you see fire or anything, like even in Star Wars, like with the Force, it's instantaneous. Like when Darth Vader stops that fucking the starfighter from moving, and he just like does that and it just stops. Like this took just way too long to ramp up. And one other thing I'll say that I kind of don't like about this scene that we like the music, but it doesn't fit
the scene.
What's going on because
it's a good song.
It's very dramatic. Yeah. But there's no like at when the thing peaks and everyone's like, oh my god, we're about to die. It's more of like there's no like it's more of just like a I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Like
it's a good song, just not
the right
good.
placement.
Yeah.
But let's get right into it.
See, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then right there, that would be enough. But then you doing...
Yeah, then he keeps going just to make it bigger and bigger.
If I remember
also, one thing that I don't like... they do this a lot in movies when something big's happening. I feel like in a war, no one would just stop.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like, there'd be some person that's not looking, and they would kill 3 more people and go, oh, shit,
I think he does a kick if we look for it.
He does, like, a kick up, right back up here.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
He does a kick, and it's like, to do what? To curl it? Like, I mean, it is a huge feat of water bending, of strength, but it's like the music's not amping up. It's just staying the same. Also, no one's freaking out. No one's, like, screaming, like, let's go! They're all just stunned. That's fire.
Yeah, that's all you needed.
Yeah. That's dope.
And if I remember correctly, I don't know if he pushes them with that water. I think he might just drop it.
No, he doesn't drop it at all.
I mean, like, set it back down, I mean.
No, yeah, he just sets it down.
That's what I meant by
They all just move. They all just leave because they're like, oh shit, I guess we gotta leave now.
In the show, he uses this to push their forces back.
Yeah, no.
It's like, what the fuck?
They start leaving, he just drops it. See, like, his hands split apart. Yeah. He basically just goes back down. It's a scare tactic, yeah. And then it just goes back to Woshin.
Yeah.
They just go by them,
Bro.
He doesn't push them, they just go.
Get off the fucking airwave.
I mean, it's really cool. I remember even in the trailers, like, you remember in the trailer, it would show, like, of this movie, it would show Aang, like, lifting up the tsunami, but the music would be like, dun 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 dun, and then it would do the that's how trailers do, you know, at the end of a trailer before they show the title, they're like, ba ba ba, like, I wanted that music, like, him, like, getting to the peak and then holding it, it should have been like, ah, you know, like in Avengers Endgame, when, fucking Cap takes the Mjolnir, like, the music is like all the horns and strings, and it goes with your feeling of, oh shit, you know? That felt so boring, you know? That wasn't really climactic.
For me, I feel like it needs to be more godly music, like holier than thou, like what the fuck, and then a little bit of that angelic,
you know, that like that like just that like a choir, you know, of power, where this just was just strings of like na, 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 na. Like, you know, it'd be a good one though, you know, when Harry Potter, right, you know, when in the Goblet of Fire, where it's like him and Voldemort for the first time, and you see his parents, and it's like dun dun dun, and then, like, the music is building up, and then it dies out to when Cedric comes back, and then you just hear the plucking of the strings. Yeah. My boy, like,
that's my boy.
Yeah. But that's how it felt without the impact.
Yeah.
Like it was just the strings. It was just a dun 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 dun, but it's like he's literally lifting a tsunami, and there's no umph to it. That's the only thing. I mean, it looks good. I think the CGI is good. I think the water looks well. Them doing it in the dark probably helped him out a lot. Yeah. Also, him glowing, like his arrow glowing, that looked alright. That looked good. I might have forgotten the show, but I don't think it's like an intricate tattoo, is it? No, it's just an arrow.
No, right? It's just an arrow. It's not like designed.
Yeah, like if you zoom in, it's like a crazy monk design. I'm not really a fan of that. Yeah. It's just like kind of complicated for no reason. Yeah. Them just doing like an arrow would be better, but I mean, I really like that. I think the only thing I would change about this scene, like you said, is him. I would have dropped the wave.
Oh yeah, dropping the wave, 100%.
I would have dropped it, or I would have like pushed it or something. Like,
used it to push the boats back.
Exactly.
And then
like
not doing 50,000.
All he did was scare them.
Kung fu
They could just
moves.
come back whenever he's not there.
Yeah.
Like, they've infiltrated. Like, they obviously can infiltrate the Northern Water Tribe. Like, yeah. But, I mean, we could go on and on about how terrible this movie was. But, we wanted to show a little bit of the cool stuff in this movie. We just did the Avatar Fancast Friday not too long ago. So we were definitely like, oh, let's do it. You know, like, we all remember that movie as being a shit show. But there's some little things in there that we can give to. But let us know if you love this movie. If you really like this movie. If this is the version of that you grew up with, and this got you into the show, maybe that's dope. I know a lot of people that watched this and was like, oh shit, there's a show, and then they loved the show. So if this got you to watch Last Airbender and get into like that lore and actually love it, then, you know, good for you. But this movie's just not it. Yeah. So, but other than that, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, hit all that shit you already know how to do. And we thank you for being one of the inmates here at the Asylum. Peace.